Chapter 8, so this is Bliss. My nightmare was way off. So far, anyway. We both felt the whoosh of whatever power dropped us here. No fields of daisies or buttercups, no gentle ponds, just light, an all-encompassing light. One you can feel, see, taste, even hear. Not a hum or a buzz, but a soft vocal harmony of 3 calming voices resonating everywhere at once. Low, almost imperceptible, yet undeniable. And with the light came another sensation, whether from the glow, the sound, or simply from being here, I couldn't tell, but it overwhelmed us completely. A calm that soaked every sense. For me, it was unsettling. I've never felt calm like this. For Dalton, it was something he never knew. For both of us foreign, but welcomed. We walked aimlessly, if walking is even what you'd call it. No ground beneath us, yet we weren't floating either. Just motion, no direction, no up or down, circles maybe. It didn't matter. If this really is heaven, and this is all there is, it's going to be one boring eternity, I thought at Dalton. He actually giggled, didn't even grimace at my joke. Instead, he marveled at the calm. Said it was strange but filling. Then the sound shifted, the harmony of light changed. It wasn't words, but it was speaking all the same. Feelings carried meaning, a thought we understood as clearly as language. A welcome, an open-armed, unconditional welcome. I could feel Dalton welling up. I hoped he wouldn't notice that I was too. He noticed. And still he just said, no. My thought slipped. How can you not start to believe? His reply was firm. Because this isn't God. It's a being, a real entity of a different biology. Not almighty, not eternal, just different. Well, that being wants us to come forward, I scoffed. We walked, for what felt like forever. At last the light thinned. We came to a cliff overlooking a valley, brilliant and white, but also all colors at once. A waterfall cascaded on one side, rainbow hues shining, yet still white. It wasn't shifting from one to the other, it was both simultaneously. Down the path, others were already there, wandering, calm, wonderstruck. We didn't speak to them, we didn't need to. A glance was enough to know them completely. The light guided us toward a structure, small, beautiful, marble-like. Not a house, not a church, just a place. Inside, bare, except for 3 small pillars like polished stumps. The light gathered over the middle, then split into 3. White at the center, blue-violet on the right, deep red on the left. The harmony became 3 distinct thoughts, 3 voices that weren't words at all, but feelings. Not judgment, not command. Just one message, repeated 3-fold. Love. That was it. Love. The light pillars merged, the light dissipated, and we were left wandering again. Hours? Eternity? Hard to say. The valley opened to a glade, souls at rest, lying by ponds, sitting under trees. No wants, no secrets. Without desire, privacy meant nothing. Dalton marveled. For the first time in his memory, he felt no needs, none at all. But everyone we saw believers. Except him, and I pressed on. I had to know if there was another. A plain stretched out ahead, and in the distance, a city. Radiant, white and multicolored all at once, polished like marble under eternal light. We entered. The streets were full, but no one rushed. They simply were. Everyone we passed, we knew completely. And they knew us. Some may have sensed me inside Dalton, but I couldn't be sure because I was feeling everything Dalton was too. Then I noticed something strange. Everyone appeared as 30, but their histories told otherwise. A woman walking past had died at 3 years old. A man lived to 87. Both walked here in the same eternal prime. And then I found him, a man who lived a full life, who was kind, good-hearted, and godless, like Dalton. He didn't see this as heaven. He saw it as another plane, another form of existence. I found him, an atheist in heaven. Now what? I soon discovered that in this place, not only do we know each other instantly, we also know intention. Dennis, through Dalton's interpretation of my thought, understood why I wanted him to come, without a word. We returned to the white building with the 3 marble stumps. No questions, no doubts. Just knowing. Dennis Lowe, jeweler, 6 children. A wife, losses 2. 1 son gunned down in a robbery before Dennis himself passed. He didn't believe his boy was in hell, just elsewhere, another plane. Dalton thought that seemed reasonable, given Dennis's convictions. The 2 men walked forward and stood before the stumps. One looked at 2. Concern mirrored concern. The upstart thimbles were no longer humming. They were vibrating, pulsing. The glow spread backward along their spawning tree, every god thimble flaring brighter, while the godless ones dimmed. 1 pressed a hand to the table, 2 did the same, but the vibration only intensified. The unbelieving universes guttered out like dying coals. Dalton and Dennis waited at the stumps. Nothing, no light, no chorus. I fidgeted, too excited about finding Dennis, too caught up in the moment. I slipped. Released Dalton. Now it was 3 of us standing there. 2 atheist human souls. 1 demon, Jodi Lynne Morningstar, daughter of Azazel and Sedalia. For the first time in my life, I was afraid. A demon in heaven. Shouldn't I be ash by now? Smote into nothing? But no, just calm. And then it came, the chorus, the light, splitting into 3, white, violet, blue, red. They spoke in thought and harmony, but their meaning was clear. I am that I am. To you, Jodi Lynne Morningstar, I am Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. To Dalton, I am science. Push, pull, counterforce. Proton, electron, neutron. To Dennis, I am logic. True, false, indeterminate. I am all of these, and more. What matters is living your truth with fidelity, even if you falter in other ways. I opened my mouth to protest, but a warmth surged through me, silencing me. Dalton smiled, Dennis smiled, and I felt. Then his voice, not thought, but thunder, filled the chamber. Jodi Lynne Morningstar, you have done well. You will return to hell, not to punish, but to guide. The gift of empathy I seeded in you will now be your purpose, to help more souls find redemption, as you did with Dalton. What say you? Before I could answer, Dalton spoke. May I accompany her? My life had little purpose, perhaps this one can. I tried to object, but the light swallowed us. The hall shook, columns pulsed. The non-God universe thimbles imploded in on themselves, collapsing to ash. The godly thimbles glowed white-hot, spiraling faster, faster, until they fused into one blazing megaverse that rose above the table. The marble melted, reshaped. A ring became 2 chairs. 1 and 2 sat. They watched the new universe hang between them. Paradox resolved. Paradox eternal. And for the first time, 1 and 2 smiled. Epilogue, grounded. We were back in hell. You can't come back here, I hissed at Dalton. Too late, he said, with a voice, not thought. Get some clothes on, I groaned, realizing God had restored him to manhood literally. Dalton laughed, impervious to the heat. You're not the only one changed. He was right. My horns were gone, my skin smooth. My wings still black, but softer. My hooves replaced by ridiculous, floppy feet. I'll never learn to walk with these things. For once I felt good. We went home. When I walked in, silence fell as jaws dropped. Hi, Pops. Hi, Mom. I grinned. For once, it wasn't the eerie demon grin. Azazel smiled. So, you did it. You challenged God. Didn't go as planned, did it? Oh, I think it went just fine, I smirked. Sedalia eyed Dalton and this cokehead dust bag. And why is he fleshed and naked? Mom, so judgy. Yes, this is Dalton. God made him my assistant, though not much of a tailor. For what? Azazel asked, to help more like him find redemption. Azazel puffed with pride. Knew you'd follow my path. Nope, I said, stretching my new wings. You just purify, I transform. It's been eons since I was sent to my room, but today was the day I got grounded. The End, story by Frank Sirianni. Video created using CapCut Video Maker. Author's note. I hope you enjoyed my little trip through hell and back. The story wasn't inspired, or from I had an idea I wanted to work on. No, this came about by 5 random words. I opened ChatGTP and simply asked for 5 completely random, not themed in any way, words. These are the words that ChatGTP gave me. Thimble Canyon resin accordion blink. Then I simply looked at the words and thought, what besides sewing could a thimble be? Mini shooter glasses? Maybe. If so, what could they hold? And the thimble universe was born. They really are bigger on the inside. As for the rest of the words, they just fell into place as I wrote. And as for Jodi Lynne Morningstar Legion Demon of the First Order, well, my daughter's going to hold me to task, because the sassy little goth demon I envision, I hear my daughter's voice and sassy wit come through in every word. Frank, just call me Foxfire.